What's up, and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic. This is Red Right Hand. It's a review of this song from Scream. No, it's not, but that's when you know that you've seen Scream too many times, is when you hear Red Right Hand and you're like, is this a spiritual spinoff to Scream? Because that would be great. It's that song that plays during at least the older Scream movies. Obviously the newer kids aren't using it. But yeah, it's pretty famous for setting the mood in Scream. Um this is not that. This is sort of a uh um I thought it was out and then they pulled me back in thriller. It stars Orlando Bloom, Andy McDowell, Garrett Dillahunt, Brian Garrity, James Lafferty, and it's on Hulu. Does not have audio description. It's not really. Sometimes I go after Hulu and I'm like, damn you, Hulu, for not having audio description. This is not a Hulu original, so I'm less concerned with that. What I am concerned about is that people might be interested in a film with this cast. Orlando Bloom is now at the level where, with the exception of Gran Turismo, he's not going to theaters. So his stuff is going straight to wherever. I don't know. Maybe this was like a some little limited release thing that popped up in some locations and then went away. I don't know. It's a 2024 release. Um, it's a revenge thriller. There are lots of shootouts and it has no audio description. It's impossible to watch. Uh, it was really hard to follow, especially because there are a lot of dudes in this film, and a lot of people doing like accents. And even though I'm like familiar with the actors, like I'm not familiar with Orlando Bloom trying to do like a Western, like a Southern accent. I don't know what that sounds like. It's not his accent. He's not from here. Like I don't know what that sounds like. James Lafferty was another one. It's like, yeah, I watched One Tree Hill. I have no idea what he sounds like in this. So it's really interesting to hear that. And even Garrett Dillahunt, who does do that, I was like, which one's Garrett Dillahunt? It's just a whole bunch of men like walking around talking like they're from the South. And then Andy McDowell. Luckily, I could hear Andy McDowell. Um, Less women in the cast, a lot easier to pick out which one is Andy McDowell. From that, I thought she gave a good performance because it was easier for me to pick her out. I was like, she's a lot scarier than I remember. I think of Andy McDowell from her, rom-com days, and I'm like, what is going on here? When did she start becoming, like the crazed one? Like, when did we start offering her these roles? Isn't she on like a Hallmark show? Like, it's such a weird role for her. Um, but I feel like it's not the first time I've seen Andy McDowell in a role like this. So, uh, it's it's odd, but at the same time, she's really good at it. I can't really critique the film that much. It's just like Orlando Bloom's trying to live his life and he gets pulled in on this crap that's going on with these, crimes and stuff, and people get shot, and you're like, I don't know who just got shot. Like people were in like shootouts, and it's like who survived, and trying to track down, um, you know, characters and match them to their names later on IMDb and be like, wait, did so and so make it that far? Which one was that? It was really kind of a mix up, like a mess. I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts on this film, except I like to every once in a while remind people why we need audio description, because I feel like we have to continue to define why we need it. Um, so again, I know nothing about the film. I don't know anything about any of the locations. I don't know what any of these people look like. I had a really hard time following the ensemble cast as to who was who, doing what, shooting at each other in multiple scenes where there are shootouts. Um, I don't know, the reveal of things, the tension ratcheting between two people who don't like each other, and it's like you feel like there's a shootout coming. Oh, yep, there's a shootout coming, but you don't know like what the visual cues are. there's a whole bunch of things here that could have done better. There's a scene where like Andy McDowell is like about to torture somebody, and she's like, "Now all I gotta do is figure out which one of these goes into which one." Who and like it feels like she's asking for like feedback, but like nobody's giving her feedback, and she gets upset. And I have no idea what she's holding up. I have no idea what she's talking about when she says which one of these goes into what. Like the whole scene didn't make any sense to me. I was like, what the fuck is going on in this scene? Um, so yeah, um, it's on Hulu, but I kind of feel like Hulu gets a lot of these films that are just like films that went like VOD, and then they need like a streaming service to pick them up, and they're gonna go somewhere. You know, someone's gonna get them, and Hulu gets a lot of them. And I usually bother to watch them because a lot of them don't have stars. Every once in a while, I'll watch something. Last year, I watched something with John Cena. That should. I was like, are we sending John Cena now straight to video? um, yeah, it's like OrlandoBloom, Andy McDowell, and the rest of the cast are all going straight to video now. Just this is kind of a film where I'm not even sure if I had audio description I would necessarily have liked it, but maybe I would have. Who knows? That's the unknown factor, is when a film is this unintelligible. What would the grade have been? Is it an F? Is it an A? Is there secretly brilliance here that I'm unaware of? I don't know. But for right now, my grade for Red Right Hand is going to be unwatchable. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you guys on the other side.